All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. Leaving, I'm about to go see my doctor. I gotta go see a rheumatoid specialist, all right, because I think my, what do you call it, arthritis. And I had arthritis in my right hand, and so they did the blood work, and it shows, arthritis is getting worse. And my hands haven't been hurting me lately, so I gotta go see a specialist. Yep, so the New York Predator Department. Again, what I realized that they've been doing is, picking and choosing which video to upload. All of a sudden, I'm getting, before I used to be able to upload videos, no problem. Never had to, there was no stipulation of, it seemed like I could only upload 4 videos a day. So they limited my videos, whereas before I was able to upload, any amount of videos, right? And again, these are short videos, so it's not like these videos are very long. These are very short videos. But because they want, and check this out, the video that they did not allow me to upload is the video where I was showing that my daughter, her mother took her to school, as cold as it is, without any socks and without any stockings on. Okay? So there's a reason why I didn't take her to the Boys and Girls, because I told her that she's not allowed to leave the house like that, particularly when it's cold, on a cold day. If it's spring, summer, in fall when it's warm, but it's cold. It's 42 degrees. All right? Now her mother just take her to school like that, because why? Because she don't want to be bothered. Okay? Because my daughter will fuss and fight, and she know her mother. Her mother's gonna let her do whatever she wants. That's the mindset. The grenade and flag, L19R issue, sticking out the back of the trunk. Oh, look at me, the gray sweater right here. Look, sticking his finger in his ears. I can he's talking on his phone. All right. Again, gray vehicle with the grenade and flag sticking out the back of the trunk. So I say, I always find some ways of engaging in this deportation theme. I wish I could get it. They don't understand that. That won't stop me from exposing them. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It definitely won't stop me from exposing them. They should know that by now. All right? And so the New York Predator Department again engaging in in-home surveillance. So I was able to upload some of the videos, and they were doing a noise campaign, right? Have me under remote monitoring, again, looking at certain things. So when I find myself fixated on one thing, what I do is that I scan the room and I look around for certain things with certain colors or certain items that I know is going to nullify, all right, or it's going to cancel out, all right, what it is that they want me to look at and be fixated on while they're using their sirens. Okay? So again, you gotta understand those TIs, what is it they're doing? They're engaging in cognitive warfare against you. So if you don't understand what that is, if you don't understand how they're doing it and what it is that they've done to you, and how they program you, then you're going to be constantly manipulated, right? And you're going to be manipulated to the point where you're going to exhibit extreme emotional distress, all right? Extreme, what they call what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot the terminology, but you're just going to have very unpleasant thoughts, okay? And those unpleasant thoughts can be about anything. It could be about hurting somebody. It could be about, you know, hurting yourself, or even, you know, like, you could also have some very inappropriate thoughts, right? So you gotta, I forgot the terminology for it, man. Dang. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but again, this is what they do. And so I was contemplating today. I was figuring, I was like, okay, so when I got home last night, I started playing Black Ops Cold War, right? And all of a sudden, I am following how to do the task, right? When you play zombies, there's certain tasks you're supposed to do to get certain weapons or to certain perks. So I never really pay attention to these things because, again, maybe how my mind was and still is the fact that when it comes to figuring out things like that, I'm not good at it anymore, right? And that's the cognitive damage that they've caused, right? To be able to figure certain things out. Now, things that I do repeatedly, that's fine. Like I said, I've been building computers, so I'm able to, if something goes wrong, troubleshoot it. Though it takes me a lot longer because of my limited mobility, and I have to be very, very careful. So, it takes me a little bit longer, which is fine. And they'll be using their sirens to try to intimidate me, try to manipulate me. For example, like if I bend over slightly, they start using their sirens. And I stop reacting to it because I realize what it is that they're doing is that, again, it's trying to create some suspicion within you, or some sort of thinking within your mind, right? And they are doing it. They are doing it using noise campaign, using in-home surveillance to manipulate you, to say, oh, look, now he's being suspicious. Well, anybody you do this to is going to be suspicious, right? What they consider to be suspicious, right? Because you know what they say, I can be just walking around and all of a sudden I look over and there's two police vehicles and I look away and they'll come out the vehicle saying that, oh, you looked at me suspicious. We looked at you, you looked away. Like, what the fuck? Is it supposed to be a stare down? Like I said, the shit that goes into these predators' mind on the police force is unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. And speaking of that, I was watching a video where you had these two cops who sneaked up on two teenagers, both sleeping in the vehicle, right? Two of them ignore their commanding officer not to approach the vehicle. One of the cops ended up jumping into the back seat of the vehicle. And again, this is how they murder our kids, right? These are young teenagers. This is how they murder our kids, right? So one of the teenagers, he jumped out of the back seat. The one that was sitting in the front seat sleeping, he started driving away. The cop is in the back seat and he shoots this teenager 6 times in the back. And somehow this cop don't get charged with murder. Anytime you shoot anybody in the back as a police officer, you should be charged with murder. Because he posed no threat. And then they say, oh, we found a gun. Well, we know these cops be planting guns all over the place, okay? And it's probably the reason why he jumped in the back seat. So he can murder this kid and then claim they got a gun afterwards, okay? So like I said, they will find any excuse to murder young black kids, young black men and black women, even older black men and black women, right? But the nigger walking around as if, we're not at war, right? Defeated, distracted, right? They can engage in psychological manipulation because the nigger are so easy to manipulate. They have no source of critical thinking. And these are the nigger not the black man and black woman, but the nigger men and nigger women. No ability to think critically. They only believe, right? They only believe. No idea of technology, technological development, what is going on, right? They just walk around here working. You go to work, you come home with it, and that's it, right? We think we're living our life. We're not living our life, we're surviving. And we're barely surviving. But Nigerians, that's why they're highly religious, because they just believe. They don't want to know, they only want to believe because it feels good. And anything that they do, it has to feel good. It has to make you happy, right? That's the mindset of the Nigerians. When I read these books written by these white racists, particularly these white pastors, and they talk about how black people are subservient, how they still believe that. And they're going to make sure that we are that way. Poisoning our kids with lead, poisoning us when we were younger with lead, to dumb us down, right? The complete subjugation of the Negropean people. That's what they want. Anyhow, talk to you guys soon.